Let's solve another medium level problem. It's a linked list problem. It's a swap nodes in pairs. So in this problem we have linked list given here, and we need to swap in a pairs. Like if you see 1 2, this got swapped. If you see 3 4, and this got swapped. So we do not have to, or we are not allowed to change or swap this value, but we need to swap the nodes. So that's it's mentioned in a description here. So that's we need to do, and we can also check the companies. They ask the question here: 0 to 3 months, 0 to 6 months. Okay, so how to solve this? So the way I'm going to solve this, I'm going to create one new node, and in a new node will be empty 0, and in a new node next I'll just point this because I want to swap this 2. So new node will point this, and I will save this third node in some variable, third variable. I'll save this. Okay, I will use that later, but in a new node I'll point this 2. So once I point this 2, now I'll break this link. So now I'll make 1 point to 3. Okay, and we know the new node is pointing this. Next thing I will do, the new node next is this, and again next I will make this point to 1. So now we already swapped. So 2 is pointing 1 and 1 is pointing 3. So I will tell once again, new node will point this 2, and new node next, new node has a 0, but new node next will point this, and that next point to this, and this 1 will break this link, and 1 points 3. So we already swapped. And the next thing is, now the new node next, so or new, we can say the new node, we can move the new node. So you know the new node at the 0, now we'll move the new node at 1 because it's already swapped. So 1 is here, like here, and that's pointing to 3. So the new node will be, just put it here, and again I will start our current from here. So in this way we can swap, and the 1 will point to 4. So let's write this logic here, and before that I can check if this head is nil. If head is nil, then return nil. And also in case like if head not nil, that means there is just one item, not nil, but this next is nil, so that means one item, and head next is nil, then return head here. In case of one item, or if there is no item, return nil. If there is just one item, that means head not equal to nil, but next is nil, so return head. Okay, so now I will create a new node. So new node here, and it's a list node. So that's just a 0 there, 0 value in a val. So new node I created. I will also create a new node because I'll keep changing, because when I create the new node, then it points to these 2, and again its next points to 1, and then later we move that new node to this place. So I need to maintain new node head, so I can say the new node head, new node, and at the end, I can just return new node head dot next, because the new node initially had 0, and the next is this pointing 2, so I can just return that. Okay, so the main logic is here in this for loop. So before writing the for loop, I can just say the current node. So current node is this head, and I can check for current not equal to nil and current next not equal to nil. So current is now here. Now we can maintain the third node. So third node is this. So current dot next dot next. So that's the third node. So we got the third node here. Now new node head, next I want to point to, so new node, not a head but new node here, new node dot next is current dot next. So current dot next is this 2. Now break this link and once point to 3. So current next is now, I can just say third node. So current next is third node. So we break this, and here it's a new node next is 2, and this should point to 1. So I can just say new node dot next point to this one, and 1 is still current. So that's the current. Okay, we are good here. Now we'll move new node to this place. So I can just say new node dot next is new node. So in this time, if I say new node next, so new node next is this, and again next is 1. So I put that value to new node. So now new node is pointing to this one, and the current should point to here. So I can just say current is equal to third. Let's run, check the syntax. Line 32, new node head next, new node as variable type node. New node head. So we need to return this. So accepted. You can see Java solutions also. In Java solution, I have added the same logic. If the first node is nil, return nil, or the first node there is just one node and next node is nothing, return head. And this is the new node head, the current, and I maintain the third variable for this third node, and the new node next is pointing to 2, new node next, current next is this pointing to 2, and now break the link and 1 points to 3, current next is third, and the new node next is this, and this next is 1, so next is current 1, and now new node next, that means 1. Now new node points to this place 1, and the current is third, and again repeat that process, and then whole linked list will be that's swapped in a pair. So that's all for now. Thank you.